Welcome back to Rare Replay.
Part
Let's
three.
check out Yes, part 3. Let's check out Cobra Triangle.
Cobra!
Yeah.
Triangle.
Okay.
Take the helm of a Cobra class, whatever.
Okay.
Point
okay.
is, it's a boat game.
Okay, I will say I do like these remixes. It's a shame there doesn't seem to be an option to, choose whether or not you want them playing during the game or something.
Oh, you mean custom soundtracks?
Well, notice how whenever you go to a certain game menu or something, it plays.
Yeah, I
remix
know.
of
There's a
those
remix.
music.
Yeah.
It's a shame
You
that
wanted
they
to
didn't
be
give
played
you
in the game?
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't give you that option as well.
Jesus.
Whoa!
Oh, my guess is they wanted to keep the game exactly as it is. I don't
Talk
know.
about scaring your child with title cards.
I'm at the very first image.
So yeah, Cobra Triangle is
I
basically.
get it.
It's basically RC Pro AM, but with boats.
I get it. It's supposed to be based off of the Bermuda Triangle.
Was this
Where
the
weird
precursor
stuff
to Wave
goes on.
Race?
Maybe.
Actually, we could have been also Rapid Racer on the PlayStation. I remember that. Wow, exciting.
Exciting,
Where's
isn't
the
it?
music soundtrack?
Wow, this soundtrack is. Hey, Pedro, forget like the best Final Fantasy music. This is the best music track ever. No one else has got nothing on this.
Oh no.
So
Actually, that's not even
maybe
music,
that-
Dibs. That's just the sound effect of the boat.
It's
There's no
like-
music in the
It's like the
level.
interior of an Enterprise.
Well, Dibs, look at it this way. It's still better than the Commodore Barbie game.
What
with food-
the hell?
What?
There's a Commodore Barbie game.
Yes. And you drive a car as Barbie, and the sound is, and that's it, over on loop while the car is driving.
Oh, but wait, what?
So you jump into a question mark and it explodes.
Atomically, oh.
Okay, I guess we are in some sort of weird Bermuda Triangle where weird stuff goes on.
Well, that is for this music now.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, let's all remember the best soundtrack of all, Big Rigs.
Truly.
Yeah.
Especially when you drive in reverse.
Hey, Jove, do you want me to hum one of the music tracks for that game?
Go right ahead.
Here we go. There, done.
But
So yeah, this game is
As in the game has no music.
Dispose of Mines.
so remember that awesome
Wasn't it
music?
supposed to be a race?
What?
I honestly too, I don't even know anymore.
And now it's Battletoads
Help!
from Mario Kart.
Okay, Mario, sorry, honey, you made so much more sense back then. We were spoiled by you.
I don't even.
What?
We have to dispose of mines, and we have to dispose of them by taking them somewhere apparently, because when we touch the mines, we
Oh, you
collect.
have to take
let me
them
guess, you have to take
that
them to
smaller
there.
square. Yeah,
So I guess you.
Guess, but how does that disposes of them?
I have no idea.
I guess it's to the safe zone.
You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, this game is stupid. Moving on.
You imagine if that were the song in Top Gun. I've been to the safe zone.
Yeah, okay, seriously, where did that awesome theme come from if it's not even a remix of a tune from that game?
Think, rattle, and roll.
Boy,
have you guys seen Lord Cats Until We Win video of this?
No, actually.
Why?
Because this game is as Lord Cat put very well, this game is the epitome of evil. Forget
Really?
Battletoads Tale. This is where's a big achievement of bullshit. Because this, no, we're not gonna see it because it deserves. We're not gonna see it because it deserves its own playthrough.
Oh, we're gonna get a full playthrough of it.
Fortunately, Rare Replay. Fortunately, Rare Replay. Well, I never said I had to do them in order.
Solar Jetman. Hunt for the Golden Warrior.
I'm gonna say I have to save. I have to see the. I have to save Snake Rattle Roll for when I manage to gather up the madness, because that game is even with rewind feature. It's
How bad
anyway.
could it
Solar
be?
Jetman.
We'll see, Jova.
Jova, how many times have you said that in this channel and ended up regretting it?
Well, let's see. There was that time with Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, Lightning Returns, Time and Eternity.
Yeah, I think I've made my point. Moving on.
Oh, well, for NES era, these things look great.
Oh yeah, it's Rare. Rare was always pushing the.
So, what do you need to do?
You're
Oh,
flying
God,
around
these-
in an
these-
egg.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to fly for this thing. Here's the problem: the controls are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Superman 64!
I swear to you guys, I'm not doing this on purpose. The controls for this thing are so terrible, and this thing's momentum is so strong that it's so hard to just stop.
No,
Can you
I
imagine
actually
Can you
believe
imagine the? Can you imagine the pilot in this thing? God damn! Why did I read the instruction manual? I don't know what to do.
Houston! I've realized it was really stupid to make a flying egg without any proper shift and
What
momentum.
the hell?
Houston, we have more than a problem. We've got egg all over our face. Houston!
What makes a rare? What makes a rare game? Nonsense.
Roger Jova, do you have the instruction?
Oh, and Jetman is out of the ship,
I
and
don't
he has
know,
to find
but
his
Houston, I am now out of my ship for some reason.
own because it blew up.
And-
Jova, do you have any oxygen?
Oh shit.
No, I don't! I'm dead. I think.
Jova, respond.
What?
Jova.
Houston, I appear to have
Okay, that's
reformed
fair.
for some reason, and now I am back in my stupid egg-shaped ship. And wait, now my ship somehow got killed in one hit. What the hell, Houston?
This is insanity.
Houston!
It's a good thing I have infinite lives.
And then
is
Houston
fucking
just.
insanity.
And then go ahead. Yeah, then Houston just gave up on Jova and just let him.
Houston, I
Fuck
appear to
around.
be
Yeah,
alive.
honestly, what was up in rare necessity of creating all these, not racing, but games where you need to move a vehicle, because all these controls fucking suck.
Wait, oh my god, guys, I figured it out. I cracked the code. Microsoft weren't the ones behind Nuts and Bolts. It was truly Rare's Dream Project, and they just threw Microsoft under the bus.
Digger T.Rock.
Alright, so it's basically digging through a maze to get
Dig it
things.
down.
This is
dig
actually
it
a
down.
significantly improvement from the previous ones we've played. This actually is structured more like a game.
You know, Pedro, I hate to say it, I kind of would have liked to have seen a full playthrough of that Spaceman game, because that one just looked like pure...
Maybe one day I'll get around to it.
Well, okay, I guess it depends. In terms of fulfilling endings, as in sense of accomplishment.
I don't know. I've never really looked at. Anyway, this is Digger T.Rock. Basically, you can
Jesus
dig.
Christ.
There you go. Basically, just dig and find things. There you go, Jova. This is the game that inspired Shovel Knight.
Well, it reminds me a bit more of Dig Dug. I forgot whether it is the same year or not.
Reminds me of Falsify... Were those Goombas?
I
No,
don't
they're
know.
flaming Goombas.
So you kill enemies
my
with a
God.
shovel. You're digging to find jewels. Yeah, this is pretty much the
wow.
inspiration for Shovel Knight.
So Nintendo somehow managed to sneak their way into this game.
Well, actually, remember this is an NES game, so
Look,
Boing. Why is a toddler running around in the construction site?
because he was bored. I don't know.
It's like Pajama Sam.
so is there like stuff hidden in those dirt pits and what?
Elevator. I don't.
Of
What?
course.
Obviously, it's an elevator. Don't you see, guys? So obvious.
Huh.
Also, what's that icon
Da-da-da-da.
represent? What the
What
hell?
the? What? Wait, what?
What the
What?
fuck?
Teleported.
Did Bubsy suddenly come in and bring it back to the beginning of the level?
Okay.
I don't-
Okay. I've seen arbitrary things in games, but that's a cake taker.
Oh, I get it. You need to find the things that corresponds to that icon on the left corner. Oh shit.
Now we're in
What?
a bonus
What?
level.
What?
And I
Dead?
died. There you
What?
go. That's the bonus level.
So is it supposed to be a puzzle or something?
I don't know. Like the bonus level starts, rocks start falling, and I die. So I don't really
Oh,
know.
falling damage.
And you got hit there too.
It's like in Spelunky.
Or like Kid
They-
Clown and Crazy
They
Chase.
put falling damage in their fucking 2D platformer.
Rare, I really want to know what was going through Rare's minds, because normally whenever we
Sadism,
think
man.
of...
I mean, one of the few good lines in Bedrock because we're nuts and bolts is that because we actually questions the morality of Rare back in the day.
I have to wonder, really, because, yeah, the way we remember Rare is good, but going off of this, their history
Killed by
is...
a mosquito.
It's a good thing. It doesn't worry that too. I have infinite lives.
But you still cannot break the boulder.
Yeah, I have no idea what's up with this.
Maybe
I
you
mean,
need to find a
It
power
flashes
up.
when I hit it, so you'd think it can break at some
I mean,
point, but it
yeah,
doesn't.
Power
you can
up.
only break it by standing in front of them instead of walking
I
around
don't
them.
know, Teo, because this is the part where I rage quit.
Well, I don't blame you.
What the fuck? Like, seriously. This goes against all my instincts as a gamer. If the thing flashes when I hit it, it's supposed to break. This is game design 101.
Well, don't you see, Major? Rare were too good for that crap.
If
Twib!
it's unbreakable, why did you even bother?
You see, what around here in the UK, we don't do that simplistic shit.
So that's why the European version of Bubsy has no continues.
Bubsy 3D, you mean?
You mean
Oh,
the
no.
same feature?
No, it's a save feature in
Save
3D.
feature.
Yeah.
Oh, even worse.
I think even the NES Silver Surfer game was made by a British developer, even though it was only released in the States.
Yeah, it was. I forgot who it was, but I had to check
Software
recently.
Creations. It was based in Manchester.
So...
Alright,
okay.
so that was the T.Rock. After this, we'll do Battletoads. But for now, let's go back to the Rare Revealed section and see what other things I have unlocked.
Captain
in here.
Joanna, that looks like a more recent game.
Actually, that was Perfect Dark.
Joanna is the protagonist of Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero.
Uh,
Anyway, okay, so what makes the making of Battletoads.
Oh joy, this is gonna be fun.
oh.
And we also have the making of Conqueror, the making of Killer Instinct. Sorry, Teo, but I haven't unlocked that because it's quite
Making of
hard to
nuts
get.
and bolts.
Dreaming of Banjo.
Actually, this is the Banjo-Kazooie, the original.
Oh, those are the contributors, yeah. They do not express the opinions of Microsoft.
So, making of Nuts and Bolts, eh?
Oh, here we go, Chris Sutherland. This guy is now the head of Platonic Games.
Called Project Dream, which at the time was on the Super NES.
Oh right, Project Green, the one with the pirate. I forgot.
Project Dream was the one with the...
Basically, is where people are probably telling you, Jova. Rare for a while wanted to make these adventure 3D similar to Donkey Kong Country with these pirate protagonists. It was supposed to be kind of like Monkey Island, but more adventure action-like.
So, wait,
There you go. That
is-
was supposed to be the protagonist.
So, wait, is
But
that... Oh, go on.
but the project got scrapped and reworked so many times, and in the end, it was just mutated into Banjo-Kazooie.
Wait.
Dinger, eh?
Oh, I wonder, what if that recent pirate game, despite mostly...
I actually speculated that, but we'll have to see, Jova.
I wonder.
You know what's a fun fact, Dweb, since you mentioned the making of Nuts and Bolts? Because since I can't unlock all of them, fortunately they're all on YouTube. We can just commentate on them from there. But you know what's interesting about Nuts and Bolts, Dwebs?
Wait, Knights
They
and
literally,
Dreams!
yeah, they said that Nights into Dreams was kind of another thing that they were working on when they were making Project Dream. But anyway,
Wait,
here's the
wait,
cool
they
thing
at some
about-
point worked on Knights and Dreams?
no, they wanted to make something inspired by that.
Okay.
But eventually they changed it back to a Mario 64-like game, which is Banjo-Kazooie. Basically, the way they start the making of Nuts and Bolts is literally them saying, "Oh, we were thinking of what possible things we could do with Banjo. And then they present these various ideas for what they could have done with Banjo. And all I can say is, whenever I hear them spout those various different, wondering about what they could do with a third Banjo game, immediately my question was, did you guys just forget about Banjo Free? You know, that sequel that you teased at the end of Banjo Tooie? Did you guys just forget all about that?
Like, seriously, what the heck? It's not like they even had
Like, see,
Nintendo to worry about.
we have to make a third Banjo game. Gee, I wonder what we can make. It's not like we teased a sequel at the end of 2 or anything. So what could we do?
I mean, and it's not like we can blame. I mean, I hate to say it, it's not like we can blame Nintendo or Microsoft in that regard. Like seriously. Okay, this is one thing about Rare. Even when they have all the pieces needed to make the perfect game, for some odd reason they just choose, nah, maybe later.
The memory's as bad as mine.
Is that a British thing?
So yeah, like I said, like they said, originally they were thinking of Kazooie could possibly be a bunny instead of a bird, but
Actually, it was supposed to be Banjo instead.
well, okay, Banjo, whatever. The point is, one of them was supposed to be a bunny originally, and they changed it later.
So the player could double jump anywhere they like.
We were up against Mario. I wanted to try and beat Mario, and that was our thing.
Ah, yes, I remember back when the double jump was a renowned thing.
Back and jump in mid-air.
Yeah.
So I think we pondered a few ideas, and when we're getting
And not to mention the 360 remasters of these two games, Tui and Kazooie, are in widescreen, so obviously they'll look much better on.
And we also unlocked all these stop and swap.
Yeah, there's that too. The deleted stop and swap features were re-implemented, which basically rendering them the definitive versions.
and it fitted perfectly.
We started testing out proper sort of 3D levels, and we got the character jumping around and swimming and things, and it then went from Kazoo to Banjo Kazoo.
Well,
You know, you had the E at the end.
That appear at the back
Yeah.
to kind of assist Banjo, so it's not him running, it's the.
So we then added EI on the end, or IE rather, and it became Banjo Kazooie, and then we just made that.
These wings and these legs could belong to another character, and this character lives in Banjo's backpack and comes out at occasions to help him along. So that was where Kazooie was born.
This is probably the most British thing we'll ever play on this channel.
And then all the dialogue between them and Kazooie being sarcastic.
And you can go boy. Anyway, yeah. If I remember correctly, they were also about to show how Chris came up with the voices.
We needed like a shaman character, and then it was really just down.
Oh yeah, the shaman. Fun fact.
So,
The Mumbo's voiced by Grant Kirkhope.
in those days, you could literally draw the character, get someone to approve it, model it, animate it.
Of course, it's really easy to do voice work for a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But initially they did. I think one of the reasons we made them have that strange garbled noise. We realized that we were going to have to record so much speech, it was going to increase development time considerably.
I did the voice of Mumbo, of course. Ekum Bokum.
Ekum Bokum.
Characters were just kind of different. A lot of them were Grant, but a lot of them were different people, just kind of mumbling sort of different little phrases.
The Ekum Bokum, I just played with it, it sounded good. So Ekum Bokum is made up of come and have a go if you think you have it. So, like,
Boy, look at those HD graphics. Wouldn't you have loved a free out of that?
It's not even just that, Jova. Another thing that really pissed me off about Nuts and Bolts that not a lot of people mention for some reason. I don't really get why I'm the only one to show that. The fact that the characters look ugly. They don't look at all like the original games.
Maybe they looked good for 360 time?
No. I'm not talking about graphics. I'm talking about the art direction, the character designs. They don't look. They look so ugly compared to the original designs, which are so timeless. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care what people say. I love Chris Sunderland's voices.
Stop and swap, that came about because we
There you go.
by accident that
I love and swap.
Wasn't that another complaint of Ukulele? The voices were annoying.
I know, but
Well, okay,
I don't
okay.
care. I don't care. I love Chris's voices.
Okay, to be fair, in the case of Ukulele, that was just a case of people not really digging the whole mumbling as opposed to actually speaking thing these days.
Playing rare games.
Which is kind of a shame because there was this cool fan-made voice voiceover, which I myself actually thought was a real thing at some point. And yeah,
We'll get into the stop and swap. So yeah, basically they were supposed to take off the cartridge and transfer game data from Banjo-Kazooie to Banjo-Tooie, but obviously that was a bit dangerous. So they ended up removing it. But if you have both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie on the same console, on 360 or one, you can use the stop and swap between the two,
Yep.
like it was originally meant to be. Yeah, it was a big critical darling back when it first came
Another
out.
massive thing for me was to see
92% too much grass.
Yeah, it was at the top of all format charts at the UK.
The humor, the charm.
Well, helps that the
Yes, people appreciated the humor and the charm of the character, so we decided to just abandon that in nuts and bolts because, who cares?
Okay, yeah, I really gotta ask. Okay, look, ironically, Pedro,
Honestly, Pedro, the more it goes, like, the more I'm convinced that Microsoft has some hand into it.
Well, yeah, that's
Well-
obvious, but
well, aside from that, though, Tio, there was nothing stopping them from making free, which is the eyebrow raiser. I mean, like, okay, maybe if we actually had read that, you know, like, oh, as Microsoft has said, you
that-
can't
that's a
make
sad
free,
part,
that would have
Joe,
made sense. But the problem is, like, well, Rare themselves decided not to make that, which sadly
Well,
kind of
that's it.
puts a lot of blame of this on them.
it's not even just that, Jova. Regardless of its, again, we'll discuss ukulele's merits when we get to that playthrough. For now, let's just get that. Let's just leave that aside for now. Because of ukulele's middling reception, I don't really think Microsoft would ever greenlight a Banjo free. And even then, even if they did greenlight a Banjo free, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Greg Mills could be can still at least pull off something decent. But without the rest of
Wait,
the
Battletoads
team,
is a beat 'em up.
Is a platform beat 'em up.
No, Battletoads is a clusterfuck that doesn't know how to pick the
Oh,
genre.
oh
Kind of
god.
described the game.
that's what he's doing too. They're making a joke based on the fact that the game.
All these developers deserve a special place in hell for
What
this
were
game.
you guys thinking when you made this game? My god. This game
Torture.
This game has touched the lives of every generation of gamer ever since. in
I
some way,
can
somehow.
tell you that the arcade version is actually pretty awesome.
Oh, they based a
Did you
bit of it off
guys?
of Batman.
Did you guys watch that Battletoads pilot cartoon?
I sadly did.
We're gonna do a commentary on that someday because it's that stupid.
We've also
Yeah.
got one on. Have we done one on Bubsy?
No, not yet. Oh, David Wise, yay!
Seriously though, you know, if there's one thing that was weird, it was how presumptuous they were that this was gonna be a big franchise.
Didn't Nintendo get David Wise back for one of the newer Donkey Kong Country games?
Yes, Tropical Freeze.
Hey.
So yeah, Battletoads have beat 'em up, platforming, racing, puzzles. Need I go on?
It's like they couldn't
Strategy.
decide what game to make, so they made them all.
It's a shame
Oh!
too.
Oh,
It's a shame that
would
the
you
game
look
is
at
so
that?
balls to the. It's a shame that the game is so balls to the wall frustrating because outside of the obvious terrible difficulty curve and shit like that, the game actually has a lot of personality and is very unique.
Yeah, true.
The problem is that and that's pretty much what the arcade makes the arcade version the better version because the arcade version, since you can just play with infinite credits, it becomes much more fun as a result.
I will say this. For as much as we joke about it, the fact that this game fused together so many different genres is something rather special and something that could make for an interesting game series that actually, you know, knows how to not piss the heck out of its players. I mean, seriously though, how many game
Like,
series can you say literally had each game be a race, an isometric 3D platformer, a beat 'em up, and a 2D platformer all in one? Like,
Little history lesson on why the game was designed so hard because the Japanese version, believe it or not, is significantly easier. That's because, believe it or not, renting video games is actually illegal in Japan. But in America at the time, rental market was really strong going on in America. So in order to prevent the people from just renting the game and beating it over a weekend, a lot of games intentionally enhanced the difficulty by the fuck ton to make sure it could not be beaten over a weekend.
hence the term Nintendo difficulty, Nintendo hard on TV tropes. The thing is that, see, okay, yeah, you had your tough NES games, and then you had Battletoads. Like, okay, there's making
The
a
arcade
game
version
not be
looks
beat-
amazing.
Wait, this isn't the original
does.
version?
Yeah, it's kind of like Turtles in Time and shit like
Oh,
that.
that's right, yeah. But yeah, the thing that sets Battletoads apart from a lot of the typical tough games you had back then, yes, even Mega Man, was that Battletoads required lightning-fast reflexes and memorization, every player's best friend when it comes to games, because, yeah, just try and beat it on one try. I dare you.
Unless, of course, you do what I'm gonna do and just use rare replace cheats, because fuck that.
Wait, but that's just on the arcade version, I'm guessing.
No.
It's
You
a
can.
feature for every play, Jova.
Oh,
You have
I
both rewind
can-
and
Infinite lives.
yeah.
so what are the main differences between the original version and the arcade version?
Working on the
The
structures.
what you're seeing right now. Look at it. It's quite, as you can see, it's quite different.
Ah, yeah.
And for some reason, it reminds me of Attack of the Mutant Penguins. Remember that bizarre Atari Jaguar game where you had to kill the penguins with hats and...
You know, Dwibs, the moment you mention Atari Jaguar, that says it all.
I wonder, we should do Attack of the Mutant Penguins at some point.
Well, we're gonna do that Bubsy game on the Atari Jaguar, might as well.
You know, funny enough, I think I've seen an actual Atari Jaguar a couple of times in the on the shelves, but I didn't get it because, well, the thing's apparently a gigantic. Yeah.
It does, it is.
Yeah, I could just
And also,
Yeah, that was kind of the mentality of all developers who wanted to make an arcade game. How much money can we make when we take from the players without actually being cheap? Rarely no one really cared.
And also what turns me off getting a Jaguar is that it doesn't have like a door that protects it from dust.
Oh, Battletoads Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Because Tradewest were licensees for both Battletoads and Double Dragon.
It just seemed a bit nuts to have these cartoon characters with expanding hands that turn into fists and drills mixed up with these martial arts dudes from an arcade machine.
Obviously, this is before Ryu saw his crossover days.
We were wondering whether to make the Toads have better moves.
Yeah, believe it or not, dudes, it used to be that the strangest crossover you could imagine was Battletoads with Double Dragon.
Well, now we got stuff like Leighton and Ace Attorney. What else?
We have Sonic, Mario, Cloud, Ryu, Bayonetta, and Pac-Man all in the same game. Oh, and Mega
And
Man.
Mario and Rabbids.
No, we don't know yet, Weaves. Until it's official, don't assume.
We have Ace Attorney and Puzzles and Dragons.
And Puyo Puyo and Tetris.
Fork swords.
And oh, we also have Marvel and Capcom.
And Capcom and Kellogg's.
Yeah, there was a... was there a...
that Kellogg's one was a joke.
Pretty good run of it, but I think it'd be quite a nice one to be revived.
They won't be surprised.
So yeah, the creator actually would love. Yeah, the creator would actually love to make a new game, and yet right after that he left Rare, so it will never get made.
I can
well.
tell you, Rash in the new Killer Instinct has the personality and charm of the original game, so there's that.
All right, let's check out how Conquer got made.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I actually remember it. So
Hey, Robin.
Let's see if I remember correctly.
And there's Chris Saber, the creator of Conquer.
Even I know this story.
Just arrived on scene, and that was a game changer, I suppose, in terms of the next generation of games.
Believe it or not, Dwibs, Conquer had a game before Conquer's Bad Fur Day, which was a
Yeah,
happy...
Game
Well,
Boy
he first appeared in...
Oh, Chris Marlowe. This guy's also another one that's also at Platonic, if I remember correctly.
Wonder where Platonic is based.
Oh, actually, no. I think he's might still be at Rare. Let me check.
I just wonder where the company's based is all. I mean, I know where Rare's based, but what about Platonic?
Aw, look at it, all cute and whimsical.
I took the initiative and I came up with an idea that I thought might work.
I think he just wanted to give it a bit more of an edge. Really.
A bit.
Kind of his character.
So we thought, well, let's just go for the comedy element, but let's make it
Hold on.
more kind of edgy.
Edgy. Oh, yeah.
Violence. Let's get some narrative in there, so we can get the personality of the character out.
For me, there was one
Just says UK.
Then it's the game that it was.
I think Tim
Alright.
came up with the idea for the beehive.
The beehive had been stolen.
All right, the beehive.
By the nasty wasps.
What wasn't in there was the reason. The
Please get it back.
I can't find any info on whether or not he was the one who was one of the ones who left Rare by this point. Oh well, the point
what
is,
can we do with that? Oh, I know.
yeah, make it violent.
Yeah.
We'll make
And it probably would have been even more raunchier if it weren't for Nintendo.
There we go.
Mother butter.
Jeez.
Love it.
Is this the Xbox One?
No, I was the original.
No, I meant, is this the?
Yeah. It's footage from the Xbox One emulation, yes. Okay, the Rare Replay emulation.
Doesn't look that
Really?
bad actually.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty much flawless. I mean, but at this point, people can emulate in 64 games. It's pretty much
Oh yeah,
flawless. at this
I love
point.
how they explained the floating chocolate.
Yeah, they did. It's explained early on, actually. Yeah, there you go. In the cutscene.
A robot. Oh, we can get some Terminator crews in here.
Susie 9mm.
I'm right here, sweetie pie. You just tell me where to shoot.
And that's really where it came from. It was like, oh, actually, that worked really well.
Yeah, what we can design next? I know a giant singing opera pool.
They're about to explain that as well, actually.
So we did the catfish one. Which was
Yeah, see, there you go. Conquered. Actually, no, never mind. A word joke.
kind of a zeitgeisty thing. The Saving Private Ryan one. Okay, well we've got a beach and you got to get up it.
We spent a lot of time really trying to get that feeling of, you know, the movies that you know and love. I spent months animating
That's gonna be interesting in your resume.
And he sticks it back on and he's like, ooh. And I dreamt.
It's not even just. It's not even just that, Teo. She also did the female voices in the game.
I was kind of
Also, hi Matrix.
of some of their soundtracks. And the
I remember
Well,
it's, the
remember,
Matrix.
Yeah, back in the day, it was all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Every time I went to my cousin's house, we used to watch The Matrix all the time.
My condolences.
No, it was the first film, not the other two.
But it was symbolic and stuff.
Anyway.
Actually, I wouldn't mind a remake of The Matrix, actually.
Yeah, just watch Ghost in the Shell. It's the better version of that. Anyway, and by that I mean the animated one. Oh yeah, that's one of
the alien.
At the end of the joke, the equivalent of our, Mario style. We had no script whatsoever. You'd say this, it's kind of that, and we would just bounce ideas backwards and forwards. I'd be and record.
And I think that helped because it meant that it was a lot more fluid.
This worked because Chris was designing it, so he had a very good understanding of what the next task was, what you were going to do.
A lot of the creativity, certainly a lot of the funny stuff, just came out of the spontaneity of what we were doing.
We were so excited whenever a new scene came in. We knew we had something special because we'd still be giggling.
He's wearing a
I can
Conquer Live
imagine.
Reloaded shirt. No!
Yeah.
You'd normally stick to death of the game by the time it's finished.
Face it, Chris. Nobody likes that remake.
I was doing like all the voices in Conquer. He wanted me to do a couple of the other characters as well. So he goes to me, we want Barry to be like American, so can you do an American accent? And I was like, literally, never been anywhere, just flown over from Dublin.
From Dublin?
Hey, what I miss?
Hold on.
The American character in this game is voiced by someone Irish.
Yeah.
Which
She
game?
cringes.
And here we go.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest thing created in the history of everything.
Unless you're playing Live and Reloaded.
Well,
not for nothing, guys, but we're making quite a bit of stuff to Live and Reload.
Wow, Live and Reloaded deserves it.
There are things on offer.
Probably one of the most memorable characters.
I wonder why. Completely sing along.
I can imagine people going, why don't you just kill the guy while he's singing?
He actually does.
Scats, you little twats.
It's really random. You're throwing
Yeah,
stuff
true.
at a giant
Basically, yeah, that's the idea, to kill him while he sings.
had to come from that, and we're lucky it was Mr. Marlowe and his voice.
He does a fair bit of sort of amateur dramatics and well into scene.
Alright, he was a theater actor, actually.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Me and Ashley were going to be like the Mighty Pooh's backing singers.
Huh.
It's going to be hard to beat that. It'll probably be on my grade. Realise Chris might.
Coming to the
You
grave.
never scored.
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
Da 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 da
Da,
da.
da, da.
So the original design was actually a lot bigger. It was a much bigger game. We built a map.
My guess is that big map probably wouldn't have all fitted on an N64 cart.
So basically, this is how Chris makes games. He just does things at random.
So he's Peter Jackson. He just does things and puts them in.
I guess.
People just won't know it was going to be there.
When I started, there was this huge sprawling land. By the time I ended, like most of the edge worlds had been cut out, and we just had focused on these bits in the
Yeah.
center. I just remember looking at it one day and seeing lots of X's through a bunch of the worlds. We're like, we want to get this done.
Cheese
this time.
King.
We're gonna get rid of all this shit.
Mainly, the game is intact. Most of the stuff, surprisingly, is kept.
Even when Miyamoto wagged his finger at us and went no.
No. I mean, unfortunately, Miyamoto never got his hands on Rare's games because Rare was making a lot of money for Nintendo at the time.
Clockwork's Adventures.
Well, okay. Before that one,
Honestly, yeah, back then, lack of story wasn't a thing. No, that was later down the road.
There was an unveiling, I think it was in
In fact, when you actually get down to it, the older Nintendo games can be pretty dark.
I suppose they were all thinking it was going to be 12 Tales, cutesy, sort of Mario-esque type platformer.
They showed them the Great Mighty Pooh, which was the big thing. Where what is this? I don't know. Everyone was laughing and stuff, but I think it was probably as many
Yeah.
people on the floor going, this is Nintendo.
Nintendo were very lenient, really.
Oh, here you go.
With an awful lot of stuff.
Nintendo really supported it, and they, to the point that at E3, even though they showed it behind closed doors, they built a proper bar.
Ah, yeah, that was before we had live streams.
I actually remember seeing a photo of that.
The game.
I mean, I played it fairly recently, and I'm shocked at some of the stuff. I probably would change some of the stuff now. The obvious one is the
The sunflower.
Yeah.
I can't.
Whee!
If it was made now, and if it was the same team, it wouldn't. I don't think we'd do a game that people would want, because they'd want the original Conquer, but again, we're not the people to make that game, ironically, because we've changed. My tastes have changed, and I've moved on.
Yeah,
which is why. So basically, we're never gonna get a Conquer sequel because Chris has moved on.
Not at least a proper one. I mean, nothing stops Microsoft to just being a dick, but you get the point.
Yeah. I think it's just best if we just keep the original and just let it be at this point.
But aren't you excited from forgot that thing that Microsoft was making?
I think that got cancelled.
No, the other one.
The other one, the one that has that really ugly
Oh,
Conquer
Young Conquer, yeah, that's
Didn't that thing get cancelled as well?
No, I believe
because
it's
of the backlash. We haven't heard from it since.
It was like it was on the sort of thing that only a select few can get on that VR, whatever Microsoft's calling it.
Anyway, everybody, see you for our playthrough of Battletoads.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.